What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Big Connor, man. Today, I am going to be doing an interview at 101.5 FM. We're going to go over a couple topics. I think it has to do a lot with entrepreneurship, how I stay busy, how I stay successful with being busy, relationship-wise, how do I handle being in relationships with women and being successful. Just wants to, interact with me and see how things go and how I do it, how do I manage it. So stay tuned. We'll get the call in a minute, and I'm gonna record everything, and then we're going live on Saturday on 101.5 FM. Put the AirPods on. Okay, we're connected. You want to clear that voice. Ready? All right, y'all, so I just got the message right now. They want me to call in. Give them a call right now.
Okay, so again, that was Hubert Sunny, the remix. I believe our guest just called in. Let me know if you can hear me.
The guest, I can hear you.
Perfect.
I'm here.
Hey, welcome.
Appreciate you.
Being booked and busy, making time for, romantic relationships while you're booked, while you're busy, how to make them successful. Since I have you here on the show, let us know a little bit about you.
Absolutely.
And then we'll get started.
Absolutely. So, I am an influencer, entrepreneur. I've been doing this for about 5 years now. And like I said, I'm from LA. And I've been doing it for some time now, so I've been through my ups and downs with it all. And like you said, we're talking about relationships and things like that. That is a tough topic, and it's just something that, once you have that right mindset, it's easier to manage. And so I've been doing it, and I have a little bit of experience in it. So I'm excited that you brought me on to go ahead and talk about this topic.
Yes, I'm excited to have you here as well. I wanted to ask you, before we go on, is it okay for me to call you Big Connor, or
Yeah.
would you prefer?
People know me by all kind of things. Big Connor is kind of like a new media name that we're going with as of 2021. So we're gonna be switching all of my stuff to Big Connor for media purposes. A lot of people know me like Pooh by Pooh Bear, but I think Big Connor is kind of gonna be the fit for right now for the media purposes. And that's kind of what we're doing for YouTube and social media stuff right now. So no worries, you can call me Big Connor, Pooh, whatever you want to call me.
Perfect. So let's keep it Big Connor for the purposes of the Ethan Romeo show. So like he mentioned, he is an entrepreneur, athlete, investor, very well-rounded from what I can see. So I want to ask you specifically, because I was talking about, for many of us, especially, I feel like modern millennials, late 20s, early 20s, even like late 30s, early 30s. I feel like everyone right now, the mentality is the hustle mentality, working, grinding, trying to make sure your foundation is straight. So how does someone who's so busy and trying to elevate themselves also make time for dating? How do you fit dating into your schedule?
Yeah, that's a good question. So look, I'm one of those entrepreneurs where it's like, I've been through things with women where they don't really understand my work ethic or my timing of work. So there's been times where I'll work through the night. So I'll work from 12 a.m. through 6 in the morning. And then, you know what I mean? And then it's not like I just sleep through the day. No, I have other tasks and other things I got to handle and get done. So yeah, I might get a couple hours of sleep and I'm right back at it with a new, with something else that I got to do. And a lot of these females and women, what I've came to understand over the past years is that they want to, have time to lay up and do all that. And it's cool, that's great, it's wonderful, you know what I mean? But they also have to understand that while we're young and while, we're pushing for something towards the future. So when we're in our 30s, when we're in our 40s, we can go ahead and we can have those vacation times and those layup times, and let's take a step back and relax. I'm not saying I'm full force, go, but the majority of the time, my mindset is so like, I have more to do. I have more to get done. I'm not at the top yet. So my mindset is very, very, very strong when it comes to that. And I always preach this. I feel that my work ethic it turns women off sometimes because they don't understand how I'm on the go. And sometimes they don't believe me. Like, and the way I am, it's like, I feel like I don't have to prove myself to these women about what I'm doing or how I'm doing this, or, oh, you're still working, or, you know what I mean? Because my success and all that stuff will make its noise later down the road. That's just how I feel.
I could definitely identify with that because, I mean, it goes both ways for men and women.
Absolutely.
Whether you're busy, like, for example, for you, you say you have long days where you are being very productive, and even on your downtime, you're trying to think of, like, next steps to do X, Y, and Z. And I think it's kind of crazy but funny at the same time that there is kind of like a generation, and let me know if you've heard of this before, but I've been seeing a lot of like relationship experts and people that coach say that there's a kind of like a generation of the pick-me type girls, like pick me over your grind, pick me over you going to the gym, pick me over X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, there's times where, yes, I would love to spend time with you, but also let me finish what I need to get to do throughout the day. So I think it's interesting that you said that your work ethic turns women off, when I think that should inspire whoever it is you're trying to be with.
Absolutely.
Also, like, come to me correct when you're coming to me. So,
absolutely.
how is your dating life going, then?
That does make sense.
You're trying to set yourself straight. So what type of women do you usually go for in terms of mentality and hustle and grind, etc.?
So I'll tell you like this. So like my whole branding and what I'm about is based off alpha. So my branding that I'm trying to work into right now is called Alphasattract Alphas. So anybody in my circle, any women I'm trying to attract, or any women who's gonna fall into my, my line or my, my life, is gonna be an alpha at the end of the day. And you said it's not just men, it's women too. I mean, it's not just women, it's men too. And I have men too. I'm actually working on being a character development coach, and that has part of it. Alpha mentality is a lot to do with it. So it's like, I have some of these men who just are on so much beta. It's like, oh, let's go do this, like you said, and you still have so much work to get done, and you're just so gullible to just drop what you have to do to just go spend that time with that girl. The time's not going to go away. Like, you can get your work done and then find a time, and if she's not okay with that, then like you should not be okay with that. In your eyes, like, if she's not okay with you working your ass off to be better and to succeed, you know what I mean? I really don't understand like why you would want that in your life. So your question is, who do I try to attract? I like women who is on her grind. She has her own goals. She's an alpha. She has an alpha mentality, just like me. And she understands me. I need a woman who understands what I'm doing without questioning me all day. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Besides the looks and all that stuff, your mindset and your alphaness, it has to be there. It has to.
Right. And I know we're on air, so I would love to, go high key, go crazy, but we gotta keep it PG.
Of course.
But I did want to point out, that you said that maybe that person is not on the right mindset as me at the moment. Have you ever felt like, okay, you're busy, you're booked, you've also found someone who is also equally as busy as booked. So how do y'all make time for each other if both of y'all are in that same mind frame?
Yeah.
Let's say you found someone who was like, yo, like, I really like this girl, she about it, but dang, we're busy all the time, so what tips, what would you tell the listeners?
I would say it, so you can't be, what would you call that? You can't get mad at her with her schedule being just like yours. Like, you can't, because then if you start feeling some type of way, towards her schedule, and then knowing you have a schedule like that, then that's when things start becoming like a little mixy. So it's like you have to be able to either get into some type of business or some type of something together, or you're in the same area, or like I said, you have to let her do her thing, he has to do his thing, and the time eventually will just keep growing and growing. It might not be as much time as you want at the beginning, but as you succeed, the time will open up a little bit. So whether that be trips or whether, you know what I mean, something like that, but you guys will find that time. But there's no rush into making it a 5 hour a day thing. You know, if you really like someone or you really appreciate them, even seeing them for 10, 15, 20, 30, even FaceTiming them, you know what I mean? You'll feel that appreciation, and you'll feel that in your heart that, okay, you got my back, I got your back, you're doing your thing, he's doing his thing. So, and a lot of, like I said, a lot of the alpha, the women and the men will love that. They'll be like, oh, she's doing this. Oh, yeah, girl, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing that. So that's how I see it. Like I said, if you appreciate someone, even if you get an hour with them a week, 2 hours with them, 5 hours, just know that that time will eventually start to grow when you guys level up in your relationship.
No, I totally agree with that mentality. Also because you literally hit the nail on the head. Like, you don't need to spend 5 hours with your significant other, or whatever. If it's casual, you know what I mean? They're just dating. Because there are people, honestly, that they'll spend a whole day with the person, and it's like, okay, like, I literally saw you from the morning, now it's nighttime, like, okay, I can't do that. And it's important, I feel like, if you're spending quality time with the person, make sure it's quality time. You know what I mean? Like you said, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even a FaceTime call can go a long way. Yeah. Just with that and being like, hey, like, I was thinking about you, like, I know you're busy, but here, like, let's talk for like 10 minutes if you have time. I honestly don't want to be one of those couples that just Netflix and chill with posted on the couch. Like, I really want to be out with whoever it is I'm with.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And not downplaying, you know, because sometimes it's nice, don't get me wrong, sometimes.
Exactly.
But I'm not trying to do this like every single day. So for you specifically, since I know you're an influencer and you are out, and that's part of your job.
Yeah.
Do you typically, you know, seek women in that industry, or are you totally like okay dating women that, you know, are not even big on social media, or like are the complete opposite of you? Because I want to know, do you think opposites attract, or is it since you're so alpha, you go for kind of like the same type of?
That's a good one right there. I'm not saying so. There are women who don't have over 10,000 followers that have a beautiful soul, a beautiful heart, who will be there for you, support you in everything you're doing. You know what I mean? And it's not like, so here's my thing too. When you're up there in the industry, when you're an influencer or something like that, a man always has in the back of their head, you know what I mean, coming from a man or coming from a male, who's in their DMs, who's constantly, you know, commenting and this, that, and the third. So that does, you know what I mean? It could get annoying, but at the end of the day, that goes back to like trust, her being an alpha, her knowing that I trust her, she trusts me. So that has to be built. It's not something that's gonna be right off the bat. But then, like you said, I've ran across plenty of women who don't even like being on social media, who kind of just use it for their mutual friends, family, which they have great hearts. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that I'm only looking for influencers. I'm only looking for that. It's really just, you know, if she does have that lifestyle where she's not, you know, as alpha, I'm not saying anybody can't be nurtured into that, or maybe they just, you know what I mean, they're just fine where they're at and they're beautiful soul and they're down to earth. And there's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, your opposite, which would be me, is working towards, you know, a better lifestyle, you know, growing and this and that. And I have no problem with taking someone under my wing with the right heart and the right support and taking them up to the top with me. I have no problem with that.
No, I love that you're so vulnerable, and then even at the end, you know, that you don't mind having that person ride this wave of elevation with you, because at the end of the day, it's a partnership, you know, you're supposed to complement each other, support each other. I feel like so many people are like, yeah, like I'm, you know, grinding, I'm on my own, but if you're, you know, being open to dating, you also have to make sure that you're also supporting her hustle, exactly, her grind, etc. Like, exactly. I think it's so important, especially I feel, since you are in the, well, I don't know, would it be like fitness and lifestyle, or how would you identify the industry that you're in?
With me right now, so it's definitely fitness. I guess you like a lot of people know me from investments. I've done e-commerce. I trade forex, things like that. So a lot of people know me as that that entrepreneur. I am a national sales executive too for a CBD company. So I do travel. I do trade shows, things like that. So people just know me as the overall entrepreneur. And I would say over the past two and a half years, I've been in the fitness industry trying to make my way with that. But I want to be that business savvy fitness guy who's about more than just fitness and looks. I want to have the looks, but I also want to have that business mindset and that investment mindset, because that's where the future is going. You know what I mean? Fitness is one of those things that I do it. I love it. I have a passion for it. I love helping people do it, and I love giving my knowledge and tips on it. And because fitness is not going to go anywhere. The reason I am an entrepreneur is because that's where our generation is going towards. That's where we're shifting to. You know what I mean? So I feel that being that entrepreneur, fitness male is just something that's attractive as well. Because a lot of people either do the fitness or the business.
No, it is. It honestly is. Just seeing anyone also being super passionate about what they're doing, that I could tell that, like when you wake up, maybe you didn't have like a super great day, but when you go to do what it is that you're doing, they're like, let me put like my 100 on this. You can definitely tell if someone really likes what they're doing, especially if you put yourself out on social media, like everyone can comment, etc.
Yeah.
So I definitely commend you for putting yourself out there. But I did want to ask you one thing as well, because I've noticed a lot of people that work out or, just take extra time, I guess, to make sure that they're taking care of themselves in that way, are a bit more disciplined when it comes to life and dating as well. So do you feel like you've applied some of the things that you've learned in fitness to your life and your dating life?
Oh, for sure. So one thing I preach is like my work ethic in the gym is not just going to be in the gym. It's going to be it sets the tone for what I do outside the gym. You know what I mean? That's just kind of who I am. It sets the tone for women, for business, for everything I do as far as my entrepreneur. It sets the tone. So like that's what it goes back to, like my work ethic. I work so much, and I have people tell me like your mind just never turns off. But it's not. So when I approach women or when I interact with women, I don't typically do what the normal guy does. Like they're so hard. They go so hard at these females, and I'm just more like, plant the seed, start a conversation, if anything. And I really don't go search for it. Like if a girl, you'll feel when a girl and a guy is attracted to each other off the bat, even though it might not be said the first time you meet, but you can feel it, and then you don't really have to say much. You kind of just play it out and let it be. And if things want to be played out the way they put, you vision it being played out, then it will be what supposed to be. But I really don't like chase after it and go too hard on it. I'm not a believer in that. I kind of just feel like if it's supposed to be, it's gonna be.
That's very true. I kind of want to ask you as well, because I am a firm believer of the stars and the moons and constellations and all of that. What is your sign?
Oh, I'm a Pisces. That has a lot to do with it as well. I'm very calm. I'm very, I don't talk too much, but I observe. I mean, I could talk my head off about entrepreneurship. So I kind of absorb. I'm very mellow. I'm very calm. So yeah, I'm a Pisces. How about yourself?
I am a Libra. So
Okay.
I'm trying to, put myself in a balance. But I know myself, I'm not balanced at all, so I'm not trying to BS anyone on here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm a Libra, but I'm definitely very Libra-esque. I am a Libra to the T. But that's interesting that you're a Pisces. I have heard really good things about Pisces men. Not so much about Pisces women, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have any Pisces girlfriends, so I can't really say anything.
I hear that.
But before I let you go, I do want to ask you, if I could put you on the spot, what would be like the top 3 things that you would tell fellow men, and then also just people listening who want to get back into the dating scene? You know, they're busy, they're seeing returns on their hustle, but they're kind of saying to themselves, you know what, like, I have some time to date. So what would be the top 3 things that you would give to them for advice?
All right, so the top 3 things, I'm gonna put it like this. So number 1 is, like, they're already focusing on themselves. So you gotta focus on yourself. Get to your bag. Get to your money. Number 2, I would say, make sure you're prepared to bring women into your life. You know, a lot of men go into relationships and they're not prepared, because a relationship, it takes effort on both ends, but also, like, people have a mindset, oh, let me get in a relationship, let me get a girlfriend, but then, you know, there's a lot that goes into it, like a lot. It's another business. It's another. You're bringing something into your life that, you know what I mean, that is not permanent, but for that time being, who knows how long it can go, is permanent. Like, that's your girlfriend, that's your boyfriend. There are expectations out of both of you guys to be met. So just make sure you're prepared mentally, physically, and financially to go into something like that. I'm not saying money's everything, but being in a relationship does cost money. I'm gonna keep it 100%. I'm not gonna lie about it. It does cost money, especially if one of those persons is, you know, needy or things like that. So be prepared would be number 2, honestly. I would say that's a big one. And number 3, are you talking about getting into dating? Just, you know, I like to tell people, let it come to you. If you feel the need to go out and look for it, you know, just don't just go look for anything. You know, have your standards, have self-respect, and really look for the one that you feel that, okay, I like this girl, I like who she is, I like what she's about, or I like this man, I like this guy. Let me go ahead and pursue that person. Don't rush into it. You know, I know people want to rush into it. Be patient. Be patient. Take your time. You know, live your life, and things will come to you, man. Things will come to you. So I feel like, you know, being patient will be number 3.
I love it. I hope that if y'all just tuned in for these top 3 tips, because I feel like this is something that we can apply in everything, right? Like, be patient. It'll come to you. Make sure that, you know, once you're working on yourself, you're ready to let people in, because it is a partnership. You know, you are being involved with that person, physically, mentally, spiritually, etc. Like, make sure you have the time for it. If you're making the time, that you have quality time, because I feel like quality time is underappreciated nowadays. Yeah. And I know for me specifically, like trust me, like, I'm such a family person. I go home like every month. That's because I have the luxury to go home. I'm from Cali, I'm from San Diego. Shout out to San Diego, 619.
Yo, shout out to San Diego. I'll be there this weekend.
Oh, nice. You will definitely have fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, thank you so much for, you know, for coming to the show, calling in, letting us know how we can navigate dating successfully, because, you know, I feel like every millennial and every entrepreneur person who's really about their hustle, you know, you don't want to be by yourself at the end of the day. You want to have a partner who's equally as invested as you are. But before you go, how can we connect with you and your businesses and things that you do?
So my Instagram, you guys can go ahead and follow me on Instagram. On Instagram is ceo.nocap. So that's CEO period NOCAP. YouTube would be Alphasattract Alphas. We're gonna get that going. It kind of just started 2 months ago, but I am gonna be transforming a lot to YouTube. And those are my main 2 social medias. I do have TikTok and then emails and things like that, but I would say I'm very active on Instagram and then YouTube. So go ahead and connect with me there. I'll be free to talk to you guys. No problems. If you guys have questions for me, reach out. I'm very, very, like, into my DMs and interacting with people and giving back and helping them to, you know, the best I can. So for all the men, if you got questions for me, you need help, tap in with me. I got you guys. Don't be embarrassed. Ask me whatever you want. Women, you got questions for the boy, tap in, and I'll do my best to give you guys the best knowledge I can.
That's right. You heard CEO.NoCap. I
Yeah.
wonder how he chose his name.
Yeah, that was so No Cap was a brand of mine that we started for fitness. It was no complaining about progress. So we kind of just shortened it and it became No Cap. So I was the CEO of it and I went CEO No Cap. So that's kind of how we did it. We're working on a new name for media purposes for Instagram. But you know how it is. A lot of people like to take handles and they really don't do anything with the page. So I've reached out to somebody with Big Kana and I'm looking to buy that page from them. So hopefully we can get that done and my name will be changed to Big Kana. But for now, we're gonna leave it with CEO period No Cap.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for calling in and being a guest. We really love your input, and I feel like I always learn something from everybody that, you know, decides to be on the show. Thank you so much. And hopefully, you know, we can collab or I can check out the fitness type things that you're doing because I know I'm trying to get right
For sure.
for Hot Girl Summer.
Yeah. Are you in LA now or are you in San Diego?
Oh yeah, we were talking when I was in San Diego. No, I'm in LA now. I've been in LA for 4 years now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, we'll go ahead and connect, stay in touch, and like I said, I'm always open to collabing, and especially with the fitness stuff, I'd love to work with you and go ahead and, you know, get some workouts in. That would be fun. Document it, vlog it, whatever we got to do.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for bringing me on. I hope you enjoy your day as well, and we'll stay in touch.
Thank you. Bye.
So as you can see, we just wrapped up the interview. She hit me with a little bit of curveballs, man. She hit me with some shit. I was low key on there cussing. She had to hit me in the DM like, hey, no cussing. So I was like, oh shit. So she asked me a question like, woo, entrepreneur, or no, how you da. And I was like, yeah, I could talk my head off about entrepreneurship. And I meant to say entrepreneurship. So I had to catch myself right there. My girl Carmen, man, big shout out for bringing me on the radio station, man. I love it. I love the interview. I loved all the questions you hit me with. You did throw me a couple curveballs, but it's nothing that Alpha can't handle, man. Alpha mentality, alphas attract alphas. You know what we're about. I hope you guys enjoyed everything, man. We're going live, man, Saturday, 7 p.m., 101.5 FM. Tap in with your boy, man. It's your boy, Big Kana. Appreciate y'all for staying tuned, watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your mama, share with your brother, man, share with your dad, all that. Love you guys, man. Stay tuned. Be back for the next video, man. We out.